Hi yoga mums. So as I keep saying in class, switching on your glutes, making sure your gluteal muscles are really nice and active and supporting you is so important for our pelvic floor health as well as just for propelling us through life. I'm going to show you a couple of things you can do at home to make sure those glutes are switched on. So first of all, come onto your back. Take your feet so they're just directly underneath your knees, so not too far forward, not too close in, just directly underneath the knees. Draw the base of the rib cage in, draw up through the pelvic floor. Draw your shoulders right away from your ears. Press through your feet so that your bottom comes up and you're on a diagonal line. Not a diagonal line here. You want to have your glutes active. So from here, I'm going to take all of my weight into my left leg. So I'm squeezing my left glute. Stick my right foot out. Press right out through the heel. Exhale, take it up, take it back. Take it up, take it back. So this is just really to while away the time. I'm using an exhalation, so I'm also working my core muscles here. But fundamentally, I'm really switching on and isolating that left glute. Okay, so taking that one down, transferring the weight into my right foot, so squeezing into the right glute. I'm going to stick my left leg out, and that makes it a much stronger contraction. And then exhaling, taking that foot up, getting a bit of a hamstring stretch, working a bit on those core muscles, doing it on an exhalation. If that's a bit too much, taking your foot up and down, just stay here and then down, switching sides, stretch out, down, switching sides, down. This is active. Make sure that your glutes are really switched on. If you've got any pubic symphysis issues and taking one foot off the ground isn't for you, instead stay here and just lift your heels up. Can you see what I'm doing there? Heels up onto my toes. So I'm squeezing those glutes, but I'm not putting any pressure just through one side of my pelvis. And then you want to roll down one vertebra at a time and take some little mini rocks back and forward to massage your lower back. So that's one. Another one to do is take your feet a little bit wider. Exhale, so of course the exhalation draws the diaphragm up. It creates a suction through the pelvic floor, through those internal pelvic organs. So exhaling here, drawing up, press once again up so that the glutes are switched on, and then I'm just going to squeeze my knees and my inner thighs together and then release. Squeezing, release, squeezing, release. So pulse, 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 and release down, rock up and down through the lower back into the sacrum. Do that again, drawing up, squeeze, 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 pulse, 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 glutes are switched on, core is switched on, and then release down. And then once you've squeezed and pulsed, come into baby pose. So knees are dropping down towards my armpits here. We're stretching out through the pelvic floor. I've got my hands on the inside of my feet. Nice, release through the pelvic floor. We're dropping the back onto the ground, dropping the sacrum into the ground, and then maybe pushing from one foot to the other so you're getting a nice rock across the spine.